Hi Flosstube, I'm back and I've missed you the last couple weeks. I did miss my video last week. I had it all kind of planned out, and then I had the opportunity to meet up with a stitchy friend that was in Michigan. She lives out of state, and she was in town, well, not my town, but in the area kind of for work. And so I drove after work. We met halfway, got to go out to dinner, actually talk in person, swap names of our favorite floss tubers, what we've been watching lately. So it was really good to get together with her, and we actually got together on Valentine's Day. So we were Valentine's dates. Thank you, Susan. So I did miss my video last week. So that means I have twice as much for you this week. I do have quite a bit of notes that I took, but all of my notes were when I was planning on doing my video on Friday, so some of it's going to kind of be choppy because I need to rearrange based on the fact that it's not Friday, it's after Friday, it's now Wednesday again. Let's see. Well, it wasn't last weekend now, it was the weekend before. Our quilt shop had the shop hop, and I get to work at that every year. It was on Saturday, so I spent the day at the shop. It went well. We had a lot of fun. We had one sick kid, but it wasn't really sick. I mean, she had a fever on Sunday afternoon and was just really run down. Couldn't send her to daycare because of the fever, but she didn't have a fever at all on Monday, was running around like a crazy animal, so she was fine. Other than that, we've been healthy. I'm so excited that for like 4 weeks in a row I've been healthy. Oh, my working out, you know, I was doing so well with working out. I did end up taking last week off. My husband actually joined me doing the programs. We finished a program. We just didn't line up a new one. I ended up home with the sick kid the one day, you know, Monday. It just kind of threw everything off, and I let it get off track. So we went a whole week without doing anything. This Monday, it was a state holiday for me, so I had the day off. And daycare had to close because our provider was sick with the stomach flu that's going around. So I had the kids home with me. I wanted to sleep in as late as possible because I knew I was going to be running around with the kids all day. So we skipped Monday, but we got back to it yesterday, did today. If you are familiar with Beachbody, we chose to do Clean Week. It's a 1 week, 7 workout program. Kind of an overview almost of the Beachbody different programs there are. She kind of talks through the whole thing about, you know, this comes from this, you know, program and whatnot. So it said low impact, and they were only 30-minute videos, so we decided we would try it. Ow. I can't walk normal. My legs, my back, my lower back, my sides, my abs, my butt, everything hurts. And it's not injury hurt, it's that workout hurt. So I know it's, you know, the good pain, but holy crap, it just reminds me how out of shape I let it get. And yeah, I'm glad we're back to it. So I don't know. We might have to take tomorrow as a rest day, though, just so I'm not so sore. I don't know. We'll see. But my husband is still joining me, so that's been awesome. Other than that, let's see. Stitching retreat in October. It's the Michigan Mirabilia Stitchers. It's the Michigan Mirabilia Stitchers group on Facebook that does this retreat. And I had registered a while ago, finally called, made my hotel reservation. I am booked and ready to go, and found out that my good stitchy friend Susan will be coming too, so I'm excited. Get to be roomies. Hope she doesn't snore. And last kind of overview for the week, my last video I did show you needle minders that I had made, and previously I showed a few scissor fobs that I had done. I did actually post those in my Etsy shop. I have had an Etsy shop for years and just haven't used it the last few. So I did take some pictures, posted needle minders and scissor fobs in my Etsy shop. It is, my shop name is Clever Crafter. And I did also figure out how to put some links down below, guys. Figured out the best way for me to do it since I use my iPad to upload everything. So I'm going to have a bunch of links down below. You can check out links. My Etsy shop link is there, and then there's going to be links for some of the stuff that I show you and talk about today. So you'll be able to find some stuff if you're looking for it. So shout outs. Last video I had mentioned that I had, you know, a couple of shout outs, but didn't have the sticky note in front of me, so I couldn't remember the second one. It was Yvonne, Night Owl Stitcher, and it was specifically for a video that she did, and I did put it in the links. It was a video that she did where she showed off her Altoid tin needle case, and then she kind of gave a run through of how to make one, and showed off some of her past needle cases that she's made, talked about other things she's used them for, and one of them that she mentioned was a tooth fairy box, and it was like a light bulb moment for me. My kid is almost 5. Couple of years we're gonna be losing teeth, so I think the first Altoid tin stitching project I'm gonna do is a tooth fairy box for my son. So I'm gonna be, I don't know how, I'm excited to work on it, so I kind of want to do it soon, but realistically I don't know, because you're gonna see a whole bunch of projects that I've got lined up to start. So and I did mention it to my son, and he seemed pretty excited about it. He actually has been talking about losing teeth lately, just about the whole, I think, basic concept, you know, that his big teeth are going to come in, whatnot. Yvonne also mentioned in that video that Victoria Sampler has some instructions. I didn't make good enough notes. I don't know if it was a website or maybe a blog, or I don't know. But you can find it in Yvonne's video, or probably just Google it. I've also started, since I've been watching Flosstube at work, or listening / watching while I'm working, I have run across some new Flosstubers. The first one that I watched was hanmayde, Hanmayde. She is awesome. I started with her first video, and I'm really glad that I did. She has I just loved her story, her personal story about how she got into stitching and kind of the reminiscing she does. And then her projects are just phenomenal. The most beautiful things I've ever seen. She does not do little projects. They are big and they are beautiful. If you haven't checked her out, check her out. I think I put a link below, I'm not positive. For the Love of Cross Stitch, episode 15 actually was the one that I watched, and she had a great little message about hobbies and balance and everything. So other than that, I checked out three new Flosstubes today, and I watched their first videos. Kelly at Animal Instinct, Christina at Xteena Stitcher, it's Xteena Stitcher, and then Candy Stitches. Everybody had great projects, great whips, great videos, so I'm really looking forward to following them some more. So there's a couple new ones you might want to check out. We'll just get into the good stuff now. I did have quite a few finishes. If you follow me on not Flosstube, Instagram and or Facebook. Stitch from Stash group. You may have seen some of these. The first finish that I have is this little mouse. I don't think this really needs anything behind it, but just in case. And this was from the fall issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. I just love it. So stinking cute. Took me just a day. I mean, I started at night watching TV, finished it the next day. I did use the colors that were called for. There's one part here. The pattern kind of had this vine attaching to the broom, and I really thought they should be two separate things, so I did kind of change that up a little bit. But quick little one, super cute. Probably pillow finish. I don't know. But it'll be a good one for decorating in the fall. The second finish is my July Cottage of the Month by Little House Needlework. I'm sorry, Country Cottage Needleworks. And if you remember, I modified this a little bit. Here is my finish. I don't know if you can tell, I'm kind of wiggling it so you can maybe see that blending filament in the fireworks. So I did replace July with a big firework. Other than that, no, I didn't make any other modifications. I don't think. I don't see any. No. If you want that firework chart, I mean, feel free to email me. Jennifer.upton7@gmail.com. I'm willing to send you the little firework chart that I made. I mean, it really wasn't that big of a deal to do it, but if you don't want to do the work, I'm happy to send it to you. But I'm really liking this one. I was originally going to try to do a pillow finish with this as well, and do some, I wanted to do like fabric on one side and then put lace over it and do a pillow, but I think this might be too big for a pillow. So I'm maybe gonna lean towards a flat fold with this. Maybe check out Vanna's tutorial and do my first flat fold finish. So, but either way, I can decorate for any patriotic holiday with that. That finish is also going to be a Pass the Stash. This chart was gifted to me, passed on to me by Heidi Stitches. So I want to pass it on to somebody else. And I think for the Pass the Stash that I'm doing this week, to have a little bit of fun with it, and because this is July's Cottage of the Month, anybody that's interested, comment below with your date of birth. And comment that you want, just comment July, so I know it's this pattern that you're entering for, and then put your date of birth. Whoever is closest to July 4th, I'll send the pattern. In the event of a tie, if multiple people have the same date of birth and it's closest to the 4th, excuse me, I will use random.org. So that's going to be my first Pass the Stash. The next finish that I have was my Frosty Flakes, Little House Needleworks, and here he is. And this was my February ornament of the month. I'm trying to do one Christmas ornament every month for myself. You'll see I did actually leave off the outside border on this. The pattern calls for a green border, but I didn't think it really needed it. I think I just noticed that I missed the eye on the bird, but apparently the bird doesn't need an eye either because I'm not going back to put a bead there. But I love it. It's cute. Man, did I get tired of white. But it wasn't too bad because he's not too big, but cute little ornament. So now I have a ornament that I stitched for January and February. staying up to date on that goal. And this is also my second Pass the Stash. This was gifted to me by Cindy at Cindy's Cross Stitch. I'm sorry. It's been a long week already. But anyway, thank you, Cindy. Now I want to pass it on to somebody else. Same thing as the July Pass the Stash. If you're interested, comment snowman and then your date of birth. Whoever's birthday is closest to December 25th, we'll go with that. And again, in the event that there are multiple people with the same birthday closest to the 25th or on the 25th, I will just assign everybody a number and do random.org to draw a winner. So thought that might be a little bit more fun than just writing down everybody's names. Do a little bit more interaction with the giveaway or Pass the Stash, whatever. My last finish, I know, I hit a lot. My last finish, I pulled this out one night, and it is Lizzie Kate Boo Flip It. It was from last year. When I pulled it out, I already had the house done, the green down here done, the orange of the pumpkins done, and I just whipped out the rest of it over the, I did a little bit Sunday night and then stitched the rest of it Monday morning. So, and I apologize, guys, I don't know what fabrics those were all on, so I didn't tell you. And again, this is another piece of scrap that I had. It's probably a Picture This Plus. Looks like Wren, maybe. So that turned out super cute. It's got this little moon charm here. So, and that is using all of the called for threads. The called for colors, but I did switch the color of one of the pumpkins. I didn't like that tan looking pumpkin. I made them both orange. So those are my finishes. I'm getting some small finishes knocked out. Feels kind of good. Earning a little bit of credit for my stitch from Stash. Whips and a new start. Two new starts. Okay, so first my whip is I don't have a picture. It's that Halloween one that I'm working on for the shop. I haven't gotten a whole lot further. I've been distracted. Column 1 is done. The hat and the boot. Got a fold in there so it looks distorted. There we go. And I moved on to the last column of the piece, because if you remember, there's 3 colors of fabric all stitched together. So I've got a good start on the moon. A couple more rows and I'll be starting the bat that goes there, so I'll get to switch from doing all of this amber. Still working on it in hand and mostly just working on it at work on my breaks. I'm hoping to get a weekend soon where I can set aside a day to primarily stitch on this one so I can make some good progress on it. My new starts and whips now. This is Bent Creek Angels. And I had this in my stash for a while, and I actually had it kitted up. A coworker of mine loves angels and the color purple, so I had told her I would make it, and we kind of picked out some colors together. I don't have, oh man, the fabric. I thought I had the color name of the fabric. I believe it is, it's hand-dyed fabrics by Stephanie. I think it's Tempest, I believe. I will check before I show it the next time, but pretty good start. And that's just, I think, 2 days. So, yeah. That wing really didn't take as long as I thought it would with that solid stitching, so I'm happy with how it's going. I'm really happy how the colors are looking on that fabric too. I think that'll be nice. So, and this is a chart that has, if you'll notice, the angel's head and hair are different from what I stitched. This chart does actually have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 different heads and hair combinations that you can stitch, so you can choose your favorite. I did the one that my coworker picked. My second start is haul from not too long ago. This was a kit that I got from Color and Cotton, and it was a kit that they put together with, looks like home stitchness. It's Merry and Bright, and it's a ornament, and you could choose 2 different colorways, and I'll show the pattern from afar so you can't see it because there's no finished picture, or yeah, but I picked the bright colors, and it was opal. Look at the sparkle in that. Oh my god, this fabric is amazing. So this is how far I am, and that is maybe 2 nights, I think. Yeah, I think 2 nights. I'm so excited. I love it. Got a little knot on the back. But yeah, that sparkle in there is just amazing. This is also the first time that I'm stitching with Color and Cotton floss. I started their floss of the month, have gotten 2 months, and have my 3rd on the way now. It's already shipped. And it's the first time I've used the floss so far. It's amazing. It is it's the smoothest floss I've ever stitched with, and I do have the cottons. I did not get silks. It's wonderful. And so I was like, wow, where do they get their floss that they dye? And I happened to be on their website, and it says that it's DMC. It does not feel like the DMC that I stitch with, so I don't know if it's something in the dyeing process, or if they do something to it, or if they get amazing different DMC that I don't know about, but it's awesome. Jump on their website, colourandcotton.com. Color is C-O-L-O-U-R. Try out a couple of theirs. They're awesome. Can't say enough about good things about them. So that is it for whips. I'm really having some struggles lately with my, not necessarily with my stitching, but I feel kind of I don't want to say like jumpy, because I mean I am going from project to project, but I'm completing things too. But I'm torn as to what to be stitching, I guess. And I don't have any kind of set rotation. I don't force myself to work on anything. I have the goal of doing 1 ornament per month, but I wouldn't beat myself up if I didn't get it done. So I just have always worked on what calls to me, what I feel like stitching on at the moment. And I've just kind of been scattered, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this. Squirrel, squirrel. So I kind of been struggling a little, but I did spend some time organizing. Well, that day that my daughter was sick, I was home for the day, and she was just kind of doing her own thing. So I downloaded all of the files that I had ever bought on Etsy, because some of them I hadn't downloaded yet. And I had purchased, I spoke about it before, I had purchased every single issue of Gift of Stitching, oh crud, the link is below. It's either Gift of Stitching or Gift of, I think it's the Gift of, good grief, hold on. Yeah, the Gift of Stitching. I had purchased every single issue of that, 72 issues. They're in her Etsy shop. They are half price, $1.50 per issue, and she is closing shop soon. I want to say it's February 27th. Go buy them. I can't tell you which copies, you know, are the best to buy because everybody's tastes are different. But for $1.50 per issue, I found at least one thing in almost every magazine, because on Monday I downloaded them and I went through every single magazine and wrote down the issue number, what page number I needed to print, and if it needed to be in color or black and white. All of them. And I had seven pages from a little, not a full-size legal pad, you know, but a little memo pad. So, yeah, it was worth it for me. But anyway, so I've been kind of torn because I'll show you some of the stuff I printed out from there. You know, I already finished whips and starts and finishes, so I guess I might as well just go right to that. But I got that organizing done. I printed out a handful of patterns. This first one I can't show you because I'm going to stitch it as a gift. I printed out this pattern. I have not attempted a biscorno with more than 2 pieces yet, so I figured this might be a good one to start with because it's quick stitches for the blocks, just that back stitching. It wouldn't take long to do the 15 different pieces that go into it, so I thought it would be a good one to start with, just in case I don't like it. I don't want to spend a ton of time stitching the sides if I'm not going to end up enjoying it. Next one I printed out is First Light by Deborah Dick, Tempting Tangles. So I did print that out. I've always admired some of her stuff. I was reading this little thing. First Light is a companion piece to Creation, my signature design published in early 2010. So yeah, I printed out all of that one. I'd love to get to that soon. Let me see. Oh my god. Okay, I had briefly mentioned this in another video. I have, and I still don't know if this is going to work, but I have a piece of fabric from Cindy Sorley, Stitchery Express on Facebook, and it is one of the fabrics that has sheet music printed on it, and I got Oh Holy Night, my favorite Christmas carol ever. And I wanted to stitch maybe a poinsettia or something on it, and I still don't know if this one's gonna work because it is pretty darn solid. I'm thinking of altering the background some, so some of that sheet music look would show through, but if the size is correct to take up, because it says the design size is 130 by 104 stitches, and I have that fabric I believe is 32 count, which would make it 8 1/8 by 6 1/2. That's not going to use a majority of the fabric. I don't know. But anyway, this is the pattern I fell in love with and thought it would be perfect for that fabric. I just like the lace edge effect, especially with that poinsettia. I obviously love Mary and Babe. I mean, it's stuff you see me all the time printing and buying and everything. So, I'm going to stitch it. I just don't know if it's going to work on that Holy Night fabric, but whatever. So I had to print that one out. That is Christ Child Mandala by Laura Latudia of, I'm going to butcher it, guys, Passion Racamo, sorry. Next one I printed is a mystery sampler. It was 4 parts, so it was spread over 4 issues of the magazine. If you only want this one and want to buy those 4 issues, I do have them written down still in my notes. I could tell you exactly what issues they were. Just comment below. I'm trying to see. It's from Janie Hubble of the Cat's Whiskers Design Studio. And this is the finished piece. Really pretty. I don't think I'll use that gold color. I may use like a red. But yeah, thought it was nice. It's not on my list of things I have to start immediately, but I printed it out so that I would have all of the pieces together. Sorry, I'm trying to... Okay, that's all of the pages. Ornament. Can't show you that one. That one's also a gift. And then I did print out some of my Etsy purchases as well. I had purchased a few of Brooke's books. She has some on 50% off for the PDFs. These aren't in color, sorry, but I printed out the 3 Easter theme patterns. And this is the last one. So that's all I got printed for now. Hopefully I get some of this stuff done before I print anything more, but yeah. So I felt accomplished because I really did get a lot done just in organizing my flash drive. You know, I went through every issue of that magazine, wrote down what I wanted. When I went and printed at Staples, the few that I wanted to print out, I highlighted them so I know that I already have those printed, because all I did was list numbers. I mean, it's an issue number and a page number, and so I didn't want to have to do too much writing. I also went through all of my free downloads, like the Snowflower Diaries freebie patterns, not Heart and Hand. Come on, brain work. Kathy Haberman's freebies, the anniversary freebies. Everything that I have that is on my flash drive, my cross-stitching flash drive, I went through and renamed all of the files, because a lot of them, when they're downloaded, they don't have a name that describes what they are or tells you what the heck you just downloaded. So I went and renamed everything, and I put company or designer name first and then the pattern name. So I had some Frosted Pumpkin downloads. I had some my Hades are all on there. Snowflower Diaries, my stitch-alongs, the Lakeside Needlecraft stitch-alongs, everything is all logically named now so I can find things. So I got organizing done. Yeah. Rest of haul. Gee guys, where do you want to start? This is kind of a mess. I purchased this magazine chart. This may be something that gets stitched. I thought about doing 1/2 on that 40 count Oasis from Color and Cotton. Don't know if that'll actually happen, but thought it would be good on there. So I did get that. Speak of Color and Cotton, my fabric of the month, set it there, from, what month is this? February. So this is January's fabric of the month. And again, I get the linen. This was my piece. This is 36 count Edinburgh linen, and the color name is Glasgow. Very nice, and I think I'm going to use this for either Halloween Quaker, well, probably the Halloween Quaker Lila's Studio. There should be enough because it's a fat quarter. I think her pattern calls for 40 count, but I'm leaning towards using this 36 because I just think that the color would be perfect for a Halloween piece. Oh, perfect for a Halloween piece. Maybe I should be using it for that one I showed where I figured out that the fabric wasn't going to be big enough. I wonder if this would be big enough for that one. What was that? Help me out, guys. It's the one that Miska Cat made me want to do. I have brain damage. It's from children. And a man-child. See if I have the notes in here. No. Good grief. It's not even in my notes. Sorry. I don't know. It's a Halloween one. Quaker Gone Spooky, maybe? Yeah, I think that's it. Now I lost track of what I was doing. My next issue of The World of Cross Stitch came in the mail the other day. Those kittens are stinking cute. Anyway, free gift. Woohoo! I have to keep this one because my son has already instructed me that I have to stitch something for him. Where is it? Ah, right here. I want these, Mom. So, I'll eventually stitch that for him. I'll stitch him some vehicles of some kind at some point, right? Pick these up on clearance at Joann's somewhere. Oh man, that's horrible. The light. Okay. Ribbon for pillow finishes. There we go. Tan on that one, and then gray floral on the other one. Let's go in that cabinet. Oh, another magazine chart. Doot doot. Oop. Well, whatever. You're not going to be able to do anything from just that tiny bit of chart. Love it. So I also have the iris with the black work, you know, behind it. So cool. This might be started soon. I don't know. Lilies are my favorite. Kind of thinking that needs to be done soon. Got this on Stash Unload for $3. Ultimate Cross Stitch Sentiments. There's not a ton in here that I'll use. I might use some of the little motifs. Please get down, Roxy. No. My goodness, you guys. The rest of this, oh, no. Yvonne talked about these, so I checked out the shop. It is on Etsy. Don't ask me the name right now because I, like I said, have brain damage and I can't remember. But it is these magnets. So I got the Lily for myself. I picked this up for my mom. We used to have a Schnauzer. It looks a lot like him, actually. And then, and I got another one, but it's a gift, so you can't see it. And then I got these adorable little earrings. She sent these for free. So cute. Thank you. I don't know if you watch my Flosstube. You may not even care, but they're pretty. Dog's gonna get out a toy now. Good grief. I spent some of my Stitch from Stash credit and I bought the full set, which you may remember from previous videos. I already bought one set of the new colors. But this one came with the tin. Which, yes, I know is not a huge deal. But, that being said, I thought this would be perfect for needle minder storage. Yeah. So, yeah. There's my new colors. Set number 2. Which is fine with me. I'll start using them. Maybe. No. No. Oh, I got these on Etsy to make myself a needle minder. Stitch is my, like, one of my favorite Disney characters. So, I love him. And I had to get more than one because that was the only way I could buy them. So I will probably turn those other two into needle minders and throw them in my Etsy shop. Not anytime soon, but they will. Okay, so all of that, it really wasn't much purchasing because one was a fabric subscription, one is a magazine subscription, a couple were stash and load, a bunch of things I printed from stuff I had already bought. But I had a major itch to shop. I fulfilled that desire at work so that I could use my store credit and my discount. And I had like probably the biggest dollar amount spent at one time when I left work last week. First, I got some fat 8s for finishing. This one is a Christmas. It's got silver in there. It's really pretty. And then snowflakes. No silver. It looks like it sparkles a little bit. It doesn't. It's just white. And then little hearts with gold for Valentine's Day. And then 2 shamrock prints. I love getting the fat 8s because they're perfect to have on hand for finishing ornaments or little pillows because it's just a nice small size. So I picked up those to hold on hand. Those go in my finishing cabinet. The next 3 I had ordered. Mo had posted on the site one day that she was going to be putting in a Bent Creek order and asked if anybody had anything specific that they wanted. I can't talk anymore. I ordered Clover of Clovers. And you'll recall that I have stitched all of these other in this like line. Pumpkin of Leaves, Flag of Stars, Heart of Hearts, Snowman of Snowflakes. I feel like I'm missing one. But anyway, so I got Clover of Clovers. It's not getting done by this St. Patrick's Day. I don't have the urge to work on that yet. And then I also ordered Egg of Eggs. So I will have, you know, more of the holidays that I need. And then I also ordered this stocking. Holly Quaker stocking. I love that. So I think I'm going to make that for myself at some point in the future. Maybe when my kids are grown and gone. I don't know. I would like to stitch all of us stockings, but I cannot decide what kind of stockings I want to stitch. I can't decide how I want to pick out a pattern for each person. If I want to let the kids pick out their pattern, if I want to try to make all of ours coordinate, I don't know. Last in the Main Street line. My son is snoring. He's so cute when he snores. I had this on a list of things I wanted and then realized it was on our new release rack. Those mice are cute. So yeah, I'm gonna stitch that. I don't think it'll even, what is that, 173 by 70? That won't take too long, right? Meh, I don't know. Picked this up. A friend of mine loves cardinals. Picked this up to stitch for her for this Christmas. The little stitcher. Yes, I'm gonna plan ahead this year. Picked up this Lizzie Kate, red, white, and blue. This is the one that has all the finishing stuff, the fabric for stitching. I am sad that Lizzie Kate is going to no longer be designing. But with that said, I have quite the stash of Lizzie Kate, and I think that'll hold me over. When I get the urge to stitch a Lizzie Kate, I have plenty to choose from. But I did pick that up because I do not have very many summer or patriotic items to finish, you know, because I'd like to start decorating seasonally. So I did pick that up. I also picked up, way out of left field for me really, patriotic scissor pocket. I'm not going to make it a scissor pocket, but I liked the design, I guess, for some reason. It's not my usual taste. I'm losing my mind. I think I just wanted to buy something. But I did get all the colors too. I think I swapped a couple of the colors out. Once I start the pattern, I will make note of what colors I changed. I think it'll be nice. So I'm kind of looking forward to doing that one. And then I'll have another summer and patriotic piece. Guys, I'm at 45 minutes and I'm not done. This is what happens when you get organized and miss a week all at the same time. This is my, over here. Oh, back to organizing. Do you see this bin behind me right here? You may have seen on Instagram, I posted a picture of my cabinet that was packed, jam-packed full of fabric. This bin, and there's one below it, just like it, they're stacked on top of each other, is now filled with my fabric, organized by count. I don't know if I'm gonna go back and put them in color order as well, or just keep it by count. My biggest thing is when I find a pattern like this, pick up this pattern, and it says it was stitched on 40 count linen. Cool. Yeah, I can change the size, but I still want to, I don't know. I don't know if I'm weird or if it's normal. I want to look at putting it on the side, the size, the count of linen that it calls for first. I want to look at it and say, okay, do I want it to be this? I don't know. It's by count. Whatever. Which also included this whole bin of mystery linen not labeled that I had to measure out an inch and count. So I did that when I got home today. And I still have some stuff in my cabinet, just like random weirdo stuff. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it yet, so it's just sitting there. Okay, now on to future stitching plans, soon to be stitched. I don't know when they're going to get started. I know when this is going to get started. Going through my stash, I found this. This is going to be my ornament for March. I love it. Super cute. 66 by 45. It'll be a quick stitch. This will be my ornament for March. This was a freebie that I printed out a long time ago. This is on their website. Again, I will butcher it. Passion Ricamo. You know that one designer. Anyway. It's bigger than I thought. Because I pulled a hand-dyed from my stash. And I thought that would be cool for a mermaid. Just the kind of water tones. You know, it just reminded me of a mermaid. But it is 161 by 121. And obviously solid stitching of just one color floss. I can't guarantee that's going to be enough. I'm afraid I won't have enough. Maybe it will be enough. I don't know how to tell. I don't know how to estimate that. I don't know what I want to do. I might just have to go through my Moe's Sale colors, because I know whenever I ordered from Moe's Sale, I ordered at least 2 of the same color. So I would feel comfortable starting in on a project knowing that I had 2 skeins of the same color. So I may do that. I don't know what I'm doing with it when it's done, but I like it. This is gonna get started soon. Yeah. When this first came out, I was like, oh, I love it. And then I asked, hey, how much is it? And I was like, oh, the pattern's a little bit more pricey. Oh, well. And then I was like, hey, I should get the silk pack too. And then I was like, how much is that? And then I was told it was $50. And I went, never mind. So I hadn't gotten it. And then months down the road, I was like, ah, forget it, I need it. So I did. Silk pack and all. But it's awesome. So I'll be starting that soon. I have to pick out fabric. My goal was to do a whole bunch of fabric picking before I did this video so I could show you the fabrics it was going to go on. Yeah, that didn't happen. The rest of this, you will see in my folders. These are all magazines. Remember, it's my year of magazines. And I haven't stitched much from magazines. So, I pulled these out. I may start some of them soon. But, if nothing else, I now have 11 magazine chart projects. Not fully kitted because they still need fabric. Nope, sorry, 10 magazine charts. One of these is not a magazine. That I can set aside for Mania. Because I will start one project every day. And they will all be from magazines. So it may be a good start on my Mania plans. Mania is like the only planning that I do. And it's not even planning. It's simply kitting up 30 projects and drawing one out every day. I don't say this one has to be on this day. This is the only one that is not a magazine. Halloween. Here's the floss. I pulled all the floss. Need to find some fabric. Now that all my fabric's organized by count. The rest of these, oh my god, you guys. See what happens when I have too much time at home. This will be one of the starts. I have to decide what colors I want to do. I mean, it's only one color of floss. I just have to decide what kind of color theme I want to do. That's from Ink Circles. Again, that may be something where I just look at what I have from Mo's sale and pick one of those colors because I already have two skeins. This is, okay, so I was really excited about this one, guys. This is a magazine from March. It's the March-April 1988. This is a 30-year-old pattern. I don't do samplers. If you've watched any or all of my videos, I don't do samplers. They are not my thing. I don't usually like them. What? That's so cool. So I got all geeked up because, oh my god, I liked a sampler and I was going to stitch a sampler. And I was like, yeah. And I went to kit it. And, oh hey, these numbers look funny. Oh hey, they're not regular DMC. It's their variegated floss. Fine. I got on, I was able to find the variegated floss on Hirschner's, and actually they're on sale at Hirschner's right now, 55 cents a skein instead of 77 or whatever. I have not ordered them yet, but they're on sale. The problem is, out of all of those colors, only 3 of those colors exist anymore, or at least by that original number from 30 years ago. I think I found appropriate substitutes or whatever the number got changed to. I think I have them all in there. But then I started thinking, Joanne and or Michael's, I know at Joanne, I just saw it when I was there the other day, has the variegated floss in a set, the boxed set. What? $16, $17? And you can always find a 40% off coupon, competitor coupon, if Joanne doesn't have one. So it would be what? $10 for a whole boxed set, which this box sets are what, 18 or 36 skeins. So that's either way, it's a hell of a lot cheaper than 55 cents per skein. So like I said, I haven't ordered anything yet. I haven't purchased anything yet. I don't know where I'm going to get it. I don't know if it'll work, but I really want to stitch this. Like really, really, like really want to stitch that. So cool. So cool. I don't even know who this is designed by. It doesn't even say. Book by DMC. So this was in DMC pattern? I don't know. Whatever. It's 30 years old. Are you tired of me yet? Because I think this is the longest video I've ever done. If you're still watching, you're probably not tired of me yet, I guess. Let's do this one next. I've seen people stitch this. It's about time I start it, because it's the only one in this magazine that I want. And of course, they just released it as its own pattern, too. But, picked that one out, pulled the floss. Gotta find a fabric. Oh, and when I go to work tomorrow night, I gotta take a list of... I went through all of these magazine charts, too, to see what beads, Krynic, other specialty fibers I might need, so I need to check what we've got, check what I need to order through work, whatnot. Okay, I'll do this one next. Dragon Tulip. Pretty much full coverage. I have, these are the colors. I'm not taking them all out, guys. No way. I have a couple of Heaven and Earth designs started. I haven't worked on them in years, but I have them. And I have another purchased that I plan on doing. I have a bunch of them purchased. But I thought this might be a good way. I'd like to watch some YouTube videos and figure out how to stitch diagonally. And so I thought this might be a good one for practicing diagonal and parking, because it's small, a lot smaller than other projects. Oh, I'm not showing you that yet. That's like an awesome one. Or that. Saving the best for last. March and April of 1993. So what, 25 years old instead of 30? Oh look, it's another sampler, you know, because I don't stitch samplers. This one, I think I'm going to take the alphabet off. Just chop it off and just do the Quaker center. I pulled some of the floss. Some of it's in other kits. Yeah, see, I really am trying to go through and get rid of, you know, stitch up and get rid of magazines that I only have one or two things marked in. I'm almost done, I promise, and then you can just be done with me for the day. Thought that was cool. Maybe frame it and set it on my stitching cabinet. This is from the Stitchery magazine, January of '99. Here's my neutrals. 3 of these look like the same exact stinking color, but they're not. Oh, this one I've wanted to do forever. This one I have nothing pulled for yet, because it's like all Krynic and specialty crap. But, so pretty. Yeah. If anyone has done this, let me know, because I don't know how it's going to be stitching with all of that metallic stuff. I mean, I've used the Krynic before, but man, I don't know how it goes, how well it works on a piece that big. No, just a snore. His snoring is not like regular snoring. It almost sounds like a little whimper or a little cry. Another, the Stitchery magazine, November of '98. Okay, so I'm not putting it on a sweatshirt, but I thought I'd find a piece of navy or dark blue hand-dyed fabric or something. It's just these white Christmassy trees with cardinals. Very nice. And when I was pulling the floss, I could not for the life of me figure out why there was yellow. One stitch on each bird for the beak. Duh. I was so confused. I kept looking at the picture going, there's no yellow. There's no yellow. 2 left. 2 left. This is just cross stitch, December of '88. Yeah, I don't even need to say anything about that one, do I? Yep. That whole background is like Krynic and sparkly gold and... Yep. Last one. This might be the one that I'm the most excited about, actually. This is Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, March and April of '95. We're getting a little bit newer. And it is another sampler. But it's all lilies. Consider the Lilies is the name of it. Yes? I mean, it says Consider the Lilies. Is that the name of the... It must be the name of the pattern. Designer is Donna Yuen. Y-U-E-N. So, it's all lilies. Cool. I pulled the floss and I got even more excited because I liked it with these muted shades. These are the colors. Those are not muted. This is going to be awesome. That's bright. I'm really excited to stitch this. This might be the next one I do. I don't know. Then this also has number 8 pearl cotton. And so it'll give it a little bit more texture in that spot as well. Yeah, I'm really excited about this one, guys. Okay. I'm done. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Let's see, 1 hour and 2 minutes. It is 9:36 and almost my bedtime. No stitching tonight again. You know, I have not stitched every single night. I mean, I didn't always before, but for the most part, stitch every night for 1 to 2 hours after the kids go to bed. Lately, I've skipped out on stitching last week for 3 nights in a row, by personal choice even. I started reading A Wrinkle in Time. I've seen previews for the movie, and when I was growing up, I read all the time. I mean, in the summer, my mom would take us to the library, and I'd get a stack of books every week and read them all. A Wrinkle in Time and the books that followed it was like my favorite series. So when I saw the movie that's coming out, I kind of, you know, it's been years, decades at this point, because I'm old, since I read the books. So I happened to see it on a display table at Barnes & Noble one time when I was in there looking for cross-stitch magazines, and I picked it up, and I have gone to bed a few nights now and left the bedside lamp on and crawled under the covers and worked on reading that book. I mean, obviously, it's pretty quick read because it's written for young adult, you know, younger. So it's a fast read. I think I'm into maybe middle of chapter 2, 50 so pages in. I just can't wait to finish the book and see the movie and see how closely it follows. So, yeah, other than that, I'm all set, guys. I hope you guys had a great couple weeks. I hope you had a good Valentine's Day. if you celebrate Valentine's Day. Yeah. I'll catch you next week. I have a whole mess to put away now, and I don't want to. I might leave it till tomorrow. Have a good weekend. I get to stitch this weekend. Saturday, I'm getting together with some girlfriends for craft day. They're going to scrapbook. I'm going to stitch. Cool. So yeah, happy stitching. Happy stashing if you're still stashing.